Welcome to the month of October. Today is the very first Tuesday in the month of October. We are getting nearer to the end of 2022. I welcome you to learnwithjoes, an academy of knowledge economy. My name is Josephine. I am your digital educator, what I say, your digital professor. And Tuesday like this, I teach on a core course from the ranges of philosophy of religion, theology, religion, and philosophy. It's Fridays. I talk or discuss jamming, trading, contemporary issues that are beneficial to our lives and what we need to know to keep ourselves well. Today, I'll be teaching on a course known as Free Will and Determinism. I'm sure most of you will have heard about it. Do we have the free will as human beings to do exactly what we want to do? Or are certain things, or are we predetermined? That is determinism. This issue, this topic, is a trendy one within the philosophical circles. We have pro and cons of free will and determinism. I'm starting today the general introduction to give us a brief of what is free will, what is determinism. Then as we progress on the following Tuesdays, I will take them separately, discuss free will, and then discuss determinism separately. But before I go on, let me join learnwithjoes. Hello. My name once again is Josephine, and this is learnwithjoes, an academy of knowledge economy. Today's course is on free will and determinism. Precisely, general introduction of that course. For those who are familiar with my channel, you know I love to present via the PowerPoint. Just like a bullet point when you are teaching as a teacher in the classroom, you like to jot notes so that people will understand exactly what you are saying. And it's the same reason why I present my PowerPoint presentation, so that people can follow me as I teach. Like I said, this is a general introduction to free will and determinism. So I'm going to share my PowerPoint presentation now with you. Free will and determinism. Like I said, it's a general introduction. Free will and determinism as a course is designed to have an insight into the present stage. You get what I'm trying to say here? Because a lot of people have this feeling that, oh, I have my free will to do as I like, and some will say, oh, no, whatever I do is predetermined. So, as a course, free will and determinism is designed to have an insight into the present stage. It examines the works of many scholars, especially Alvin Plantinga, David Hume, J.L. Mackley, and Anthony Flew. There will be a close examination of the problems we face when we try to reconcile religion and philosophy. One of the philosophy's most pressing problems is the conflict between determinism and human freedom of choice. Determinism is called the principle of universal causality. That is, the doctrine of determinism asserts the view that whatever occurs in nature must have a cause. That is, everything must be determined by something. That there's nothing that happens accidentally. That is the principle or the doctrine of determinism. The principle of causality. That there must be a cause. Something must have prepared or have designed it or have made it to occur that way. Also, there are critical questions in ethics and law. Let me go through these critical questions first. And this will give us an insight into what we are talking on free will and determinism. The first question are people responsible for any of their actions? The second question I'd like us to ponder on. I want us to ponder on these questions as I go on. Like I said, the first question is, are people responsible for any of their actions? The second question, can people help what happens to them? The third question, are criminals not simply determined to commit crimes? Those pedophiles, are they not determined to commit them? Those killers, those people, criminals who are running around, who are running amok, are they using their own free will to commit those crimes? Or are they determined to commit crimes? And the fourth question, are not the factors in our past, our biochemical and environmental conditions cause us to act as we do? That is that why one human being is different from another human being? Or one family is different from another family? Is it due to biochemical or environmental conditions? Is it that the reason why it causes us to act the way we do or not? Current policies, debates, and even a great deal of the political ferment surrounding us concern the dispute between those giving conflicting answers to questions on determinism. You will be sure that as I ask these four questions, we will also have various answers. Our answers cannot be uniform. So are we now saying that the determinist approach proposes that all behavior is caused by preceding factors and is then predictable? Because if it is determined by a preceding factor, that means you can predict it. The causal laws of determinism from the basis of science. Free will is the idea that we can have some choice in how we act and assumes that we are free to choose our behavior. In other words, we are self-determined. You know what I'm saying? We are self-determined. For example, people can choose whether to commit a crime or not, unless they are a child or insane, because there are two categories that are exempted. When somebody is a very little child, you don't know what is right or wrong at times. And that is why when you take a burning light like a candle light or something that can even burn a child near the child can touch it because he doesn't know if it's going to be hot or not. Excuse me. And somebody who's insane, somebody who is mentally sick hasn't got the really faculty of his brain, doesn't know what he's doing. If not, you won't see somebody who's mentally sick walking naked on the road. You won't see somebody who's mentally sick grabbing off the garbage, carrying all that or anything, going about, walking without thinking, because insane people cannot think correctly. So those two categories, a child and an insane person, somebody who's mentally sick, are only the one who are exempted from self-determination. So it does not mean that behavior is random, but we are free from the causal influences of past events. So according to free will, a person is responsible for their actions, and it's this responsibility for actions that make the courts or the judges sentence those who are involved in criminal activities to those sentences that they deserve, either death penalty, either life sentence, either minimal or whatever, because they realize that they are rational people and responsible for those crimes they have committed. But if you are working from the doctrine or principle of determinism, then they'll be set free, because they will now argue that they are not rational. They're not doing it with their self-determination, but predetermined to do what they have done. So according to Timothy O'Connor, the debate over free will already is 2 millennia old and is still ongoing. As much as we have diverse human beings or humankinds, the debate will still be ongoing. As far as we cannot give same answer to those 4 critical questions that I asked earlier on, the debate of free will and determinism will still be ongoing. Academic conferences, books, and journal articles, they continue to address these different experts, arguing for often radically different theories. Let me share with you some of the recent examples found in academics. Wallace Senior, Armstrong, and Linnaeus, they are both editors in The Conscious Will and Responsibility, a tribute to Benjamin Libet, that was published in Oxford University Press in 2010. Check the pages. You will see their opinion there. Friedrich Tupel, editor 2 in the 20th World Congress on Philosophy of Law and Social Philosophy, Krakow, Poland, Free Will in Criminal Law and Procedure, the Proceedings of the 33rd and 24th IVR World Congress, or Krakow 2007 and Beijing 2009, the 122 pages. It's a great delight to read. Then Kerry Smith, Taking Aim at Free Will in Nature, volume 277 of 1st September 2011. Check pages 23 to 25. All these are given to you for those who are interested in reading further on free will and determinism in academics to check out, and you get more information on these ones. Let's look at modern science. Modern science and literature have introduced new elements and angles But still, they are not by any means disproved the existence of a free will. Current policies, debates, and even a great deal of the political famine surrounding us concern the dispute between those giving conflicting answers to questions on determinism. The determinist approach proposes that all behavior is caused by preceding factors and is thus predictable. That is, the causal laws of determinism form the basis of science. Determinism is called the principle of universal causality. I said that actually earlier on in this presentation. The doctrine of determinism asserts that whatever occurs in nature must have a cause. That is, everything must be determined by something. And the crucial questions in ethics and law that are asked earlier on are people responsible for any of their actions? Like I said earlier on, I want you to ponder on these questions as you follow me in the teaching of free will and determinism. Get an answer ready for yourself, and that will help you or aid you when I continue the different teachings on free will or determinism in the next coming Tuesdays. Can people help with what happens to them? Are criminals not simply determined to commit crimes? Are not the factors in our past, our biochemical or environmental condition, cause us to act as we do? My dear listeners, subscribers, and viewers, what are your answers to these basic 4 critical questions in determinism? Thank you for joining me today. Please, it's getting just starting to be interesting. Join me next Tuesday for a continuation of the teaching on free will and determinism. But before Tuesday, there's Friday, when I start my Friday tonic. And really, you will enjoy what is coming on Friday. So please join me on Friday. I thank you. And before I go, don't forget to subscribe. Click that subscribe button down. Just click it to subscribe. It's free. Subscribe so that you can get notifications of any of my videos that I release. And I release videos twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays. I will love your comments also. You either type your comments in the description link there or contact me through my email. I have 2 major emails you can use for that. The learnwithjoes@gmail.com and the joesoboyejo@gmail.com. Have a pleasant week. Remember